Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl Tanya, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to create your own digital offers. I told you I was going to come back after our 3 day From Poverty to Profits with AI series, and today is your bonus Ava. I hopefully will not be up here for an hour. If I go a little too long, then we'll just cut this into two pieces and I will come back on the other side of 20 to 25 minutes. All right. So here we go. If you are familiar with this beautiful turquoise into purple strip that's going across your screen, you know that we are already in Canva. Canva is one of the most preeminent design tools that are out there that is quickly becoming industry standard. But if you work with Adobe Creative Studios, suites, if you will, then you know that some things are always going to be in play, right? But for those of us who are just starting, right? You're just starting out, go on over to Canva, and because we're going to show you exactly how you can use that which you have learned in order to build on the foundation that's going to be incredible. So, that's the number one tool. The tool is Canva. Now, how did this come to be? You're going to wow out. So let's jump over to notebooklm.google.com. Notebook, as in the movie that makes us all cry, LM, as in learning machine.google.com. And so this all started on a Sunday morning, maybe 20 minutes before I had to walk out of the door. And I had come up with this idea about how it is that everyone is talking about using your own skill set, but not showing folks how to get through that, that pummel all by themselves. So I decided not only to show you two ways that you can do it right now, simultaneous in your business or your offer if you don't have a business, so that you're set up from success from the word go. But I needed a different angle, and that was intentional for me without even realizing it. I was thinking about this company called these watches called Rashad. You like my ra? Ricard Miel, and this is a multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporation. And so, how did I start this conversation? Really, it was internally. It was all in my head, and this is why it's important that you get your ideas out of your head because, baby, this is what it looks like. It's amazing. You have a beautiful mind. Get it out of your head and get it on paper so that you can generate something like this, and it's an income that comes in while you're not even on the job, right? So how this really started was in my mind, and then I began to brainstorm. So instead of saying the magic words, which is hello Google. Okay, cool. I hope it didn't start your machine. But when I said hello Google, I went in and I pressed Gemini Live. It's to the far right icon, and then just press it, and you'll have this ongoing conversation, and it won't stop until you don't stop, right? So I put in the idea. We began to have this conversation, and lo and behold, the conversation is recorded. It is transcribed, rather. And so, what I did was I took that conversation, and you'll see that I plotted it all out here. Now, a word of warning or a word to the wise is when you think you're finished with the brainstorming process, I want you to go into the system again and ask that the software that it would be ruthless in terms of going over all the information that you discussed. Look for the holes in the story, if you will, and ask it to tell you about things that should have been mentioned that we may have missed and must be a part of this if this is going to be effective. I'm telling you, this is what came out of that conversation. So, this is the source guide. And if you can see right here, this really is our sales spiel. This is our angle. This is our message for this message, how it comes across. If you see here scattered through the bottom, these are our long tail keywords that we would use for SEO, search engine optimization. And also, we would use these terms or something close and near and dear to them throughout all of our copy, even when we're talking about this said product or offer. So, when you see this digital business blueprint, you also, what I love is that every step of the way, you're still being given opportunities to discuss what's going on. So, how does this the tiered product structure balance mass volume with high ticket scarcity and exclusivity? And so many more questions that you can ask or that you can put inside of your workbook or whatever it is that you're going to offer. So let me get out of here so I can show you what it looks like in the studio. So once you're done, you'll get the opportunity to generate all of these things from reports, quizzes, flashcards, slide decks, right? And so what I did was I generated a slide deck. Now, when you go in, this should look familiar to you somewhat, right? A lot of this, most of it, as far as I'm concerned, is clunky, but that's okay. This is what we're in the business to do. We create brand identities for businesses and brands so that they can get their message in front of their clients and customers sooner rather than later. So it would behoove us to look at or to have a presentation like this so that it looks like us. It doesn't look like, Google presented it. It looked like we presented it. So we uploaded it to our system. We customized it for you guys. And we made it look like how we sound and how we would come across. So, getting ahead of myself. So, there's something else that we wanted to do as well. We wanted to provide you with a workbook. Yet and however, comma, we didn't think that the slides that we gave you or was generated was cool enough for that. And so we went the next day and we generated another slide deck. Now it has the same information, just presented a different way. And ladies and gentlemen, we did not even have to design our workbook because as you see here, this was actually generated as a part of the slide deck. So, do you want to know how important this is? This is important because we recognize that with the updates that the AI is having with Google, that Google rather is having with those updates, it is going crazy against ChatGPT to the extent that it can actually and did actually create these items for us. How do I want to tell you that? How do I know? I know that this book is familiar to you because guess what? It is on our sales page. Oh yeah, by the way, here it is. Here's the blueprint. It's mocked up, right? It's on a book cover. It looks sexy. Also, what we did because weren't being lazy, even though we were, all we did was we cut this out, took a screenshot, bada bing, bada boom, put it right here. So just in case folks are purchasing from us from their device, they don't need to go all the way down in the weeds to read it. It's right here and it is live in color. We also took this so that it would be familiar to those who may have bookmarked it, come back, and they'll see, oh, yeah, this was part of that presentation. And then we also created a UGC, something known as user generated content, because you want your audience to see themselves in the person in front of them that's actually using the book and putting it to good use. What we love about this sales page is very, very simple. It tells you what the book is, who we are, the cost, call to action, and what they're going to get immediately on the other side of the purchase. That is it. That is all. But wait, we're not finished because we created something else. This also is Amara, our AI Bay and brand Bay, and she is holding not only the Blueprint Journey book, but also the Poverty to Prosperity co-branding opportunity. So this is tier 2 of our offer at the $150 $150 point. But look how beautiful these books are mocked up. These are not mock-ups that are taken from one of the platforms for stock images. This was actually created by Gemini. El ergo nano banana. All right. So, what is that resource? It's something that's 100% free. 100% free, right? So let's go back to how this was created, right? So all I did, here we are, was take that image. I took the image, I uploaded it to the system, and guess what happened? It create There we go. Give me a close-up shot of this book, cover only, no spiral, just the cover design, 8K ultra realistic. You can screenshot this photo and omit the worksheets next to the book. This is what it gave me. All right. Where did we take this? We took it right over to here, over here, and we put it on our sales page. The end. The end. That's it. All right. Or did we flip it? Yeah, this is zoomed in. So now I know there are people who are back laying in the cut. No, I can't do it. We need to hire a generalist, a graphic design evangelist. No, you do not. No, you do not. No, ma'am. No, 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 no. So I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how I know what I'm talking about. This, ladies and gentlemen, is tantamount to a stick figure. This is my lovely handwriting that only a few people know about. Okay. So, this is what I taught all of us over the past couple of days, the long game, the long term funnel, and the short term funnel, and how to get beyond the path of least resistance, right? So I put this in and I said, look, generate a beautiful infographic that outlines how we're building verticals for our business, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is that. I don't want to hear nothing, okay? You have it in you. All you have to do is press the gas and go. Let's go. All right. So, how did I get our images that we use for our slides? Well, very simple. There's a platform that we use called Zillionaires. And if you're interested in that price point or in that software, it does have a higher price point, but it's down in the show notes if you need it. So where we got the idea for this is basically a qualm, a quagmire. We were putting together one of our shorts over here on YouTube, and this is our Cyber Girl. And I said, wait a minute, it's not Cyber Money Monday anymore or Money Monday anymore. It is Cyber Week, Cyber Month, Cyber Quarter, whatever they're doing this year, right? And so that's where the blue eyes came from. I have people in my family who have blue eyes, and it's just a stunning thing to see, especially on a darker complected human being. So that's why we have this. It's shocking, it's beautiful, it's stunning, and this is what we wanted to use. And so we use that. So this is where we got our images from, and this is how we were able to come up with the beautiful slides. Now, coming back to this what we're doing today, making your offer. I'm creating your offer, and the reason why I went round the rosy is because all too often people just come to create pretty pictures. The pretty pictures ain't gonna make you money, right? You need to know how to get from A to Z, even if you're not doing all the steps, to learn how to do it so that even if you're outsourcing it, you know exactly how to inform, to educate, and basically put together a standard operation procedure for those who are coming into your business to do what you need them to do. So afterward, back here at our digital business blueprint, what I asked for was a series of reports, and one of them was a strategic plan. And the very first one was how are you going to make your first dollar in cash, right, online. And so, listen, if you pop on over here right now, you will see that this is one of the pages that are there, and we tell you exactly how to do that. So go ahead, scan it, have a good time. But here's what's on the other side of that. There's more to this book. Now we're sitting on 45 pages right now because we're loading this thing up with so many bonuses. But watch us work, right? So by the time we finish with this, you're going to be, there's no excuses. So all we do here is we look at, this is the first page, and then it generated these lines in between. They represent the pages that you're going to use for your book. And so we took this, or we take this, and what you would do as a business, as a brand, go into ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever is familiar with your brand or the way you speak to your clients and customers, or you would want to speak to them with regard to your offer, and you have them rejudge, remix, edit this information so that it sounds like you or your brand speaking to them and through them. It sounds congruent, it sounds consistent with the presentations that you have already given them. Okay, so the next thing that we want to show you, if you're not familiar with Canva, is this. When you get there, whether you're on a paid platform or not, you go to templates, right? Now, if you're not signed up, you won't see the your designs. If you are, you will. Okay. So all you have to do is put in ebook. It will search for ebook, and it will give you hundreds of thousands of templates that you can use. Quick tip is you can run your cursor over each of these. For me, I would suggest that you pick one that has multiple pages, because you don't want to be stuck in design mode. All you want to be stuck in is cut, paste, and get this thing out on the market as soon as possible. I'm telling you right now, you can run a 1 or 2 day class just like this, or just a video training of something, and build that thing as you are going along. Why? Because that is going to save you time, and in the end, all of this is going to be put into a PDF. You're going to send it to those people who have actually purchased from you, who are willing to buy from you while you're actually building it out. That speaks of integrity, it speaks of follow up, and it speaks volumes. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to take you here in the backdrop is to show you that even though your book might have only 8 pages, or they show only 8 pages, understand that it's really double that, because you can always inverse these. Now, you can invert them in terms of information, you can invert them in terms of the beautiful pictures, and you can invert them in terms of color. You want to know how I know that? Let me show you. You see this book right here? You see this book right here? I did not create this. We did not create this. So, how did we get the book cover to the other one? All we did was use the inverse of this color. We didn't redesign anything at all. We didn't touch it. The only instruction that we gave to our client and to our chat GPT, or to our GPT, AI GPT over on Gemini, is this: invert these colors and use this title. And that's what it gave us. It's that simple. Like it's so simple, it is frightening. All right. So let's go in here and let me show you how we cut and paste. And I'm telling you that this is not, it's not super easy, but it is simple. And I'm going to tell you why. Because all we did was cut and paste what was here. Step number 1, the mindset shift, going from I ain't got it to I can create it. Wasn't that slick? Now you see that? So we didn't just cut and paste it, because you have to realize this is HTML. Excuse me. This is ASCII. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This is not HTML where you have bold face. Actually, it is here, but when you copy and paste it, there's a trick here. I'm going to show you. I highlighted these and brought them over here. Okay. When you bring it over here directly from that platform, it's going to copy as ASCII, right? But I'm gonna show you a little trick. I learned this from ChatGPT. If you take this little button on the left of the trash can, when you take and copy this all at once, and that means everything, when you bring it over into whatever platform, it will come out as formatted as it is here. So I just wanted to, make sure that you knew that. But because we were doing this step by step, we wanted to let you know it's not just copy and paste, it is rinse and repeat. What you do is you go in and you make the adjustments, whether it is bold facing, changing the font, italicizing. This is what it is. So you go to your step one, there's your step one. Your step two, excuse me. I took these numbers off because this is confusing. You have two and then you have step one. You have three and then step two. We're knocking it off, right? So this is what it would look like. And all you're doing is taking these, copy and pasting, and then you are readjusting accordingly. And this is what you get as a beautiful guide. So let me show you what the overview looks like. And that's it. You have these wonderful pages, and then if this is not the size that you want it to be, let me see right here. Okay, this is 512 by 800. So what you want to do is go in and you want to resize these, because after you finish revising or sizing them and you just select all of these, come on, select all of these, you're going to copy this and drag this here over into your list, and then bada bing bada boom, everything is done and you're finished. So that's how you would create your ebook, right? And it does not have to be, I'm going to tell you one more time, it does not have to be 75 slides in. It does not have to be 45 pages, but you do want to fortify your content so that your clients and customers and users will be so confident and competent in what you have given them, so that they can move on and they can be their absolute best as well. So I thank you so much for your time. It's under 25 minutes, but give me another 10 minutes and we are going to go into what I mentioned yesterday, which is we're going to talk about these algorithms and how you can really line yourself up, position your business to do the absolute best in terms of getting clients, customers, and more eyeballs into your business. I'll see you in a quick second. And remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.